Alright friends, it's back. Which city in the world has the largest rodent population? Amsterdam! So today on Tumblr, someone asked me if I can make a video about how I request ARCs from publishers. So if you don't know what an ARC is an advanced reading copy, and they make them approximately 6 to 3 months before the actual publishing date of the book. Some books are embargoed, which means that they're not allowed to send them out early or they don't even make advanced copies. Typically these are things like the third book in a series that everyone's anticipating and they don't want spoilers, etc. There are several places online that you can look up books that are coming out in the future, such as Edelweiss, Amazon. So the first step is to obviously find a book that you would want. Actually, I lied. The first step is to have a blog or a YouTube. The only reason that publishers send out ARCs is because they want people receiving them to review them and for their viewers to see that content. So if you only have 100 subscribers, you might want to wait to request advanced copies until you have a bit of a bigger fan base. Why did I use that word? Audience. A good number that people go off of is 500, and I think that's a very good number to start out with if you're going to look for advanced copies to be sent. Once you have a YouTube or a blog up and you have people following your blog, you're actually posting stuff often, then you go and find the book that you want, and then you have to find the company that's publishing it. I always request a book 4 to 6 months in advance. So if you know which publishing company it's coming from, next you need to find an email in order to email them. All ARC or most ARC requests are done through email. What I do to find emails for certain publishing companies is I just Google it. Some emails are out of date and some are harder to find. I will link you below to all the emails that I know of for YA popular publishing houses, but you're going to need to find the specific publishing house and the specific YA link for the email. Because for example, you wouldn't want to email the adult publicist at HarperCollins instead of the YA because they're not going to know what book you're talking about, or they might, but you're not going to get it if you email the wrong person. Once you find an email, you actually have to compose an email that sells yourself to the publicist agent person that's going to be determining whether you get the book or not. I typically start off with an introduction of myself. Hi, I'm Whitney, I do book thing, here's a link to my channel. Make sure to include links. You're going to want to include things such as how many subscribers you get, how many views you get, how many Twitter followers you have, reviews you've done in the past, how many views your reviews get. It's always good to include in these emails reasons why you want the book that you want. You might include, if you do written reviews, that you can post on Amazon and Goodreads. But don't lie and say you're gonna do all this and you have all these subscribers if you don't, because that's not cool. So a composition of one of my emails would go like this. Hi, I'm Whitney Atkinson. I run a YouTube book review channel called WhittyNovels. Insert link here. I read mostly YA, contemporary, dystopian, and fantasy. I am interested in this or these books of yours. And then just list them out in bullet points. Typically you only want to keep it to like 1 to 5 books. Over 5 is kind of pushing it. I would like this book because... Or, I read the first book in this series and I really want to read the second one. Or, I think this book will be good and my viewers will enjoy a review. Here are some statistics about me. I have 17,000 subscribers. Each of my reviews gets about 1,000 views. I have just under 5,000 followers on Twitter. Here's a link to all the reviews I've done in the past. Specifically, here's a link to a review I've done over a book from your publishing company. You want to keep these emails short and sweet. Bullet points work really well. Just make it very informational. You're not trying to cuddle up to them and say, hi, give me this. Of course you want to appear professional, but don't write an entire huge long dealio. Whenever you sign off your email, you're going to say, thank you, put your full name, and probably the most critical information, include your address when you send that first initial email. If you don't, I'm not saying they won't give you the book, but it's going to save them time from having to say, okay, sure, what's your address? And it just looks more, you're more prepared if you You leave your address. You're not gonna get abducted if you post your address in an email to an agent or publicist, I promise. And then I'm done. And then I wait. Some publishing companies can take like 24 hours to respond or even less than that. Other companies may take a week. Other companies don't even email you back and they don't send any. It really depends. I will tell you, the publishing companies that I have most luck with are Disney Hyperion is extremely quick and they're very lovely people. Harper has gotten back to me more than once. Penguin and Entangled Teen are very friendly about sending to bloggers and vloggers. If you don't get a response, I highly implore you not to email again. If you think that you might have used the wrong email address, then that might be something to email them again about. But most of all, don't request books just because you want free books. Actually read them, actually review them. Never email an author about getting an advanced copy. They might redirect you kindly to the person you might talk to, but it's not really, they're not the person to talk to it about. Sometimes they might not even respond. Make sure you keep your email updated with all your stats. One thing that publishers really like is after you post your review to send a link to them. So that's what I always do. As soon as I get the book, as soon as I read it, as soon as I post the review, that's when I email them back and I say, thank you for this, here's my review, hope to do business, etc. Whitney. And then that's where the exchange ends. So hopefully this video helped you. If you're gonna go request some ARCs, good luck. Again, I will have some useful links and emails and etc. in the description, so if you want to utilize that, it'd probably be really helpful to save onto your computer somewhere for future reference. Alright, and that's the end of this video. If I forgot anything or if you have any useful tips, definitely leave a comment down below and let us know. I will see you all next time. Bye!